Right, so this next lesson is still working with the units, right? But this time we need the units to prove that an equation is homogeneous, right? Homogeneous is quite straightforward, right? If this equation is homogeneous, it means all the units on the left-hand side are the same as the units on the right-hand side, okay? There's two rules, and I want you to pause and copy down those two rules, okay? Right, so I'm going to work through this example. I need to prove that v squared equals u squared plus 2ax is a homogeneous equation, okay? If you're not familiar with this equation, or you can't remember it, these are the terms, okay? So you might want to pause and write that down, or go back. But here's our equation, all right? So we've got v squared equals u squared plus 2ax. I'm going to start on the left-hand side, and I'm going to use that abbreviation, okay? Left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, what are the units? The units of v squared are the units of v times the units for v, right? So it is meters per second squared. That's the same as, which is meters squared, because you add up those two and you add up those two. So I've now found the units for the left-hand side, right? Now I'm going to go to the right-hand side. So the units on the right-hand side are made up of the units for u squared and the units for 2ax. Okay, now u is a velocity, so the units for u squared are the units for velocity squared, which is meter squared s to the minus 2. Okay, now this one's a little bit different. Okay, the 2 is just a number, so the 2 doesn't actually do anything to the units. We're only interested in the units for a times the units for x. So that is units for a times the units for x. That is ms to the minus 2 times meters, which we're going to get the same thing again, m squared s to the minus 2, okay? So now we've got the two terms from the right-hand side, which we can add up because they're the same. So those two are the same, but ultimately we've got, and if I do this in red, because this bit is really important, the units on the left-hand side and the units on the right-hand side are both the same. So this is your statement. The units for the left-hand side are equal to the units for the right-hand side. And that little symbol means therefore the equation is homogeneous. Okay?